Good morning and welcome to another workday vlog. I'm just making a cup of tea. So yeah, have a tea brewing chat with me. Today I am dyeing up the February colour of the month. Now the nice thing with the colour of the month this year is that obviously it's not a mystery, which means that I can share my dye days with you when I'm dyeing them up each month. Because yeah, they're not a mystery. So that's what we're gonna do. I've got the yarn all sorted. It's all in the oven heating up. It needs about 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that to heat up. I've got other bits and pieces to get on with. I am making a start on some warping at the moment for East Anglia. So yeah, the next self-striping shop update will be at the end of March. I'm obviously taking self-striping to East Anglia and I'm aiming to take quite a lot, so there should be plenty left for a shop update after East Anglia as well. But like the amount that I'm planning on taking, it's going to be a good 10 weeks prep work, which is, well, I've now got 9 weeks until East Anglia, but I started last week. So I've got weeks of warping, then a couple of weeks where I'll be dyeing, and then weeks and weeks of winding it into balls, basically. So I'm in the midst of the warping at the moment, which I'm trying to kind of schedule in around other things. So I do kind of a certain amount each day and then get on with everything else that I need to do. So yeah, I've got a bit of warping to do today. We're dyeing the colour of the month. I messed up my numbers somehow for both the colour of the month for January. Somehow I was 12 skeins short when I came to start packing them. I'm not quite sure what I did there. And also I appear to be one batch short for the Fantasy Club. So yeah, I'm not sure. I just somehow messed up the numbers. But luckily I've had them dyed and all sorted really early in the month. So actually I spent yesterday packing most of the clubs. They're all packed, and then they'll go out early next week. So if I can get the ones that I missed tied up today, they can dry over the weekend and then they'll get skeined and sent out with the rest of the clubs early next week. So it's not a big deal. Fortunately, I've done it early enough in the month to rectify my mistake. I'm really not sure how I've managed to get the numbers as wrong as I did, but oh well. So yeah, that's today's plan then, is to get those done as well. So it's one full oven and then two not quite full ovens, which is slightly annoying because I like to try and fill my ovens so that it's as energy efficient as possible, but it's just not going to work with what I need to get dyed today. It won't all fit in the right mix. Yeah, right. I am going to let that heat up. I'm going to get on with some warping. I'm going to finish off this cup of tea, and once I start dyeing the colour of the month, I will bring you back with me. Okay, so everything is warmed up and we're ready to get started. This is February's inspiration image. I will admit, it stumped me for a few days. In my mind it had a lot more pinks in it, but obviously it doesn't, as you can see by the image. So I think I have a plan for what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to hope it works out quite well. I've started by pulling out colours. That's kind of what I do. So I look at the image and I'm kind of like, right, okay, my base kind of colours, I'm going to go for kind of a really pale blue, which we're going to do with a liquid dye stock. And then I'm also going to have some kind of corally pinky colours in the base colour as well. So I've pulled out a couple of colours that I really like for that as well. And then speckle wise, we're going to go with kind of dark blues, some navies in there. So I've pulled out a few different kind of blue colours that I like as well, and we'll see what happens there. And then I've also pulled out a grey, which will speckle. That doesn't tend to speckle grey, it tends to speckle more black, but I quite like this one. And I've also pulled out a kind of a purpley pink, but it's a bit more of a dusky pink, so I think that will work quite nicely. So we'll see. we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed I can get what's in my brain onto the yarn. That's always the challenge.
Side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love, lonesome dove, folded on the lawn chair in all the colors. Summer love. Stop giving back. Honeysuckle, fresh cut grass. I could really use some stuff like that.
Right, here is our February colour of the month. I think it's worked how I wanted it to work. We've got kind of the colours, I don't know. It's hard to tell when it's dry. Hopefully it has actually come out all right. I'm going to give this a quick spin and then hang it up to dry, and I will be back. Squat down so you can see me. I will be back next week to show you it all finished off and dried and skeined up. But for now, I need to get on with my dyeing, and then I need to record a podcast this afternoon.
Talk to me and tell me all that you've seen, all the colors. Summer love, memories washed in every shade of green in all the colors. Summer love, remember the lazy river day canoe, bathing in the turquoise blue, losing track of time with you. Another beach pie sunset view, sleeping in the afternoon. No place to be and nothing to prove.
Okay, it is once again a few days later. I skeined these up a couple of days ago actually, and then never got a chance to sit down and chat to you and share them all with you. So I'm doing it now. So you will have seen with the February, I've lost track of the months already. With the February colour of month, when I was skeining it up, you will have seen it shoved in a basket with some light blue minis. This was originally what I was thinking of doing for the contrast, but in the end I actually decided I didn't like it, so I've changed it. So we have got the February colour of the month, which is here. It is quite a nice subtle colourway. I'm really pleased with how it came out actually. It was quite an interesting one when I was editing parts of the video, because when you initially see me doing it, you can see a lot of the coral, but I didn't actually put any of this kind of peachy coral, apart from speckle wise, I didn't put any of it on the other side. So it's not quite as dramatic as you would expect, if that makes sense. Whereas I only videoed doing one side of the yarn, but this was one of those yarns where the two sides were quite different. So yeah, that is the colourway. And then originally I had it to go with a pale blue, but it just didn't have enough contrast. It didn't look enough like the picture. I didn't like it. So I've now paired it with a more kind of corally orange colour. Come on camera, focus, there we go. A corally orange colour, which I absolutely love this combination. It's got such better contrast and it picks out all of those speckles really nicely, and it just feels a lot more like the inspiration image. So I'm really happy now that I've kind of changed that contrast for it for this month. So there we go. That is the February colour of the month. I have actually knit and crocheted a little swatch, so I'll just grab those now so you can see those as well. So here is my little crochet swatch. You can see. I really like this one. Although it's got the orangey corally bits in it, they're not too dramatic, so it's still quite subtle as a colourway. And it also knits up really nicely as well. And there we go. I'm doing these cute little, basically I'm following the grandma's dishcloth pattern, but without the holes at the edges, and just making smaller ones using kind of 2.5mm needles to just create these little squares. And what I might do is knit them together, mattress stitch them all together at the end of the year and have like a little blanket of some kind. I mean, 12 this size is not going to be a little blanket, but it could be the start of one. You never know. But yeah, so that is the February colour of the month, all ready to go. I am pleased with it. I was a little bit worried, I will admit, at the beginning when I picked up the inspiration image and I had a bit of a momentary blank and I didn't know what I was going to do. But overall, I'm really pleased with the end result and how it came out. So the February colour of the month will be going live on the website for pre-order on the 1st of February. It'll be open for a week, the 1st to the 8th of February, and then I'll get them all dyed up and they'll ship out towards the end of February. As they did with January. So I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and I hope you like the colourway as much as I did. I am currently recording, because this is how it seems to be working with these workday vlogs, I am currently recording workday vlogs around all of the Valentine's stuff that I'm going to be having on the 1st of February. I've got a Valentine's shop update as well. So I'm going to do that in a separate workday vlog, and that will be coming later on to YouTube next week, probably, hopefully, if I actually get my act together. Anyway, nice to see you all. Bye.